reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will demonize your sensitivity. The falsehood will claim the press is our enemy. To cry fake news yet preempt remedy suggests false identity. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The fielding is real and the real is reeling. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will deal you intuitions faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual. Actually, we are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will groom you not to question, just believe. The falsehood can rob you of the choice you would perceive. We are the reality distortion fielding. Reality distortion fielding. Falsehood will tell you it's the one and only. The falsehood will tell you it's the one and only. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. Hmm. So let's try. If we did, it's got to be super static though. I don't yet trust this. Unless, well, let's falsehood will claim the press is our enemy. To cry fake news yet preempt remedy displays false identity. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The fielding is real and the real is reeling. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. Oh yes. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will demonize your sensitivity. The falsehood will claim the press is our enemy. To cry fake news. Let's do it with let's do this one. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. distortion fielding. The falsehood will demonize your sensitivity. The falsehood will claim the press is our enemy. To cry fake news yet preempt remedy suggests false identity. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The fielding is real and the real is reeling. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will groom you not to question, just believe. The falsehood can rob you of the choice you would perceive. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will tell you it's the one and only. The falsehood may tell you it's the one and only. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will tell you it's the one glitching. We are the reality distortion pitching. Let's try one more time. happens. What is this place? We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will demonize your sensitivity. The falsehood will claim the press is our enemy. To cry fake news, yet preempt all remedy, displays false identity. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The fielding is real and the real is reeling. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood can tell you intuition's faulty. The falsehood will tell you facts aren't factual actually. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. The falsehood will groom you not to question, just believe. The falsehood can rob you of the choice you would perceive. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. Falsehood will groom you into seeing clippings, when actually that's the tip of you they're snipping. We are the reality distortion fielding. We are the reality distortion fielding. tell you it's the one. Call it collision of it. It's simply reality. It's actual fitting. Well, spending time with it anyway. The idea here is we're going to assemble a piece out of multiple versions of me in the room at the same time. So we'll have this here and have this and that, then this, though the other thing is there's a thing here and that this thing is also over there. That thing is there and this thing is that. This thing is there, this thing and that thing is over there and there's thing there and there's the thing that's that and that thing also. The other thing that's right? It would be like a I think. Methinks. How about let's now make the, yes, why not? Let's make the adjustment from this mechanism to a different mechanism. That is, what? This can be disconnected, like yes. Then has he not had in his care for some time? At least one document that we know the identity of. Let's see here. That goes like that. And this goes like this, and like that. And we partake of something like, my, that's good. And then we do that. It turns out that some things are different kinds of things. It turns out that the song I once thought I was creating a finite stream of lyrics for is something that I feel more that I am tapping into in myself or within Morphic Resonance that Radioscience Brain is a piece that is different every time, and in a way is a catalog of each of these, a chronicle. It is a creative chronicle. There's documentary aspects to it in terms of the things that I focus on in this repetitive and often calling back or standing on previous promontories kind of thing. That is, there are structures that I like to play with that I don't always play with. There are some that almost always exist, and yet it does change. And there are different versions of a very similar backing track, but kind of disparate versions. And ultimately, it is a song poem. It is a long song poem. And it's also an instant. In some ways, it is potentially the ideal of, or simply the bandwidth itself, that is the illumination referred to, not necessarily honestly, but hopefully so. It's something we can make an honest promise. The bandwidth of illumination that is the torch held aloft by the Statue of Liberty. What is that beacon? And Radioscience Brain focuses on largely human potential and programming ourselves with self-talk and how we participate in our own evolution as a part of the human species and our habitat, etc. And so this chronicle and this world of pulling off wool from the eyes, hoodwinked, I think that's kind of the idea. And I am hoodwinked as much as anyone. This isn't something that I posit only I have access to. The whole idea is that we all have access to our own kind, or we are all purveyors of genius if we simply accept that we can create. And it might not have to look like art, or might look like art even if it's not supposed to be. But however genius comes into being, or however it promotes change or healing or flourishing existence or kindness come, or invention that we did not think could come, however it fosters kindness, however we achieve actual gift as beings of love, if we can be kindness come. What would that look like? And I think of what then we can do in search of being kindness come, and embodying that. What can we do? It is limitless. And it's also just human. It's built day by day. But maybe instead of continuing to build some things that we really know we don't want to keep building, we build better things and different things. And part of the physicalization of new habits, of changing from addictions, say fuels or tainted resources, poisoned, corrupted medicines that are poor allegories for what exists already in the world. We can be wise to foster habitat of this place in ourselves and be of it. Be aware how we are of it. and what we can be, what we can foster, what we can become if we became. What is the potential that we hold? And so, radio, science, brain. I shall visit upon this place a thing known from time to time in time and space as radio, science, brain. And it goes sometimes with this particular track. Is this a physical shout? Is this a jump of a lout, or just a rouse about? In this mental house I'm chowder, plunder, crumble, chunder, plush, or maybe awe and wonder become. I am human, I am sensitive, I am someone. Pretend that kindness came and saw how you were arranged and said, how come this love came to display love this way? How does this work? How can one manifest this amazing ache as birth? You are came to play today. Imagination proved it is game in my face. How come the main line of imagination is made sane in my face by your brain? You are the dream I make. I'm kindness, but you are a blaze of love in one name. Holy love itself, come, and I had a taste. It can be some. It can be won, it can be unwinnable and shared with everyone. It can become, love can be sane if we tend life this way. We have to start tending today, pretend that love is sane today, and imagination may be game to play. Today remain advocate for love's name. Love's campaign can awake you relay, because love is where you came, and your gray array is all contained in love's way. Wake the wave, radio science brain awake. This is the conscience claims its play. You are the dream awake. Your love can ease any ache, any thirst it will slake. We are imagination aching and waking. Love's campaign, creation comes to play. Yeah, radio science brain. Awaken and know we're the same. Mind may be game to play. play today. You are the mindless mate. Imagination may hold no one from these gates. Kindness comes to play, contained is bemained. Mind may be game to play. Love may have you. Love might have your back. Come true, it's sane. Radio science brain, pretend that love is sane. Love's campaign needs volumes of believers to act as if it can exist and be way we behave in a day, in a moment, in one instant. Become becomes became. We are that dreamer make. We are that ease of ache. We are imagination aid and game to play. Mind may be game, mind may be game to play today. Mind may be game, imagination aid is not fame, it is came to play in love's name. Pretend that love is sane. Imagination aid is the way you relay and receive. Not the only way, but thought itself may be contained in morphic resonant play. Become became, however we communicate. Imagination will not hold you from love's gate. Hi. That was One Pass Through Radio Science Brain. And let's see. What else? What else?